And kind of like I mentioned before, there's just some people who are not in alignment with you. This was also a very strong message in pile number two. But there's just some people who are not aligned. They're getting in the way of your success. Um, Also, I feel like they may not be inserting themselves in your life. You might be holding on to them in your life, if that makes sense. And so you need to let them go and do what they need to do in order to be happy and healthy so that you can find the people that you belong to. And also receive this little secret gift, which I love. Um, and you're not going to be able to do any of that if you don't release. And also with the rainbow, there's an element of like being guided, especially with the star in conjunction to that. There's a message about being guided to the truth, being guided to, um, your next phase in life, your next path, your next dream, your next desire. And I'm just getting a lot of held energy, which is why we have to let it go. And it also feels this seven to me is also giving Seven of Wands vibes. It feels like you're really fighting for something, but I would like you to ask yourself, what are you fighting for? Because it feels like you might be fighting for a dream that is old or fighting for something that you no longer align with. And if you can release, the universe has like a whole new set of stuff, especially with the Seven of Swords. It just feels like you may have been clear on what you wanted in the past, but it has become obscured. And so you're kind of fighting for something that you're not really sure what it is anymore, which is not a good idea, especially if you're going to put a lot of energy into it, which with the King and the Queen of Wands is something that you are actively doing. It's not bad. It's just let's put our energy in something that we know we want. And last, but definitely not least, we do have a Three of Cups here. You know, kind of going back to these relational themes we've been talking about, to this desire to connect, but maybe hang on to old stuff. Once you can release and once you can regulate, I'm not talking perfect regulation. I'm not talking being like an exceptional person. No one is that way. That's a ridiculous standard to have. But once you can do this, firstly, you're a lot more healthy emotionally. And secondly, you are going to find your people.